Okay, question 9A1. Now, name the physics principle involved. Pascal? Principle. Explain the working principle of how the hydraulic jack is functioning. Okay, 你要讲它的 formula. So you say when force is exerted on piston. Pressure acts on piston. So pressure to be force over area. Point number one. Then number two, 你要讲 pressure is transmitted equally to all parts. Number three, you say piston 2 is larger area, so force is larger. Since the pressure is constant. Okay, then one more. Say force is, you can say the hydraulic system act as force multiplier. What else can we say? You can also add points like no air bubbles, because if you have air bubbles, then the pressure will be used to compress the air bubbles. There will be pressure loss. Okay, so that is the condition for point number two. Pressure is transmitted equally to all parts, provided there is no air bubbles. Because air is compressible, so if your hydraulic fluid got bubble, which is basically it's just air, the pressure can be used to press. So some pressure is wasted to compress the gas. Gas can be compressed, but water cannot be compressed. So why they use oil, hydraulic oil? One of the reason is it doesn't form air bubble easily. Okay, now next one. B1, calculate the pressure on the input piston. And 50 divided by 0.5. 100 Pascal. Determine the pressure acting on output piston is the same. And calculate the force. Okay, you are required to determine the most suitable hydraulic jack to lift up larger mass of the car, study the characteristics of 4 of these jacks, explain the suitability of each one, and determine the most suitable one. Starting with hydraulic fluid. So hydraulic fluid must be, make a table. So this is the suggestion. Then reason. Number one, oil. So as mentioned, does not form bubble easily. Other than that, you can say high boiling point, so that when the engine or whatever mechanism heats up, it doesn't boil. During the working of the hydraulic, the oil will heat up. Okay, now, second is boiling point of hydraulic fluid. Oh, this one is the second one, so it must be high boiling point. It's not boil easily. Area of input piston, small area of input, so the pressure is large. Output piston, large. Force is large. Okay. And then finally, you make your choice. The most suitable one is piston, is P, hydraulic jet P. When you say P is most suitable, you have to repeat all the things that you just mentioned. So P is most suitable because it is oil, it has high boiling point, small first piston, and large second piston. Make sure to repeat it because that one carries mark as well. Right? Okay, we go to question 10. Name the type of transistor used in the circuit. So look at the arrow. This is positive to negative. So this is an NPN transistor. When the switch is closed, brightness of bulb X and bulb Y is different. Explain how this situation occurs. 4 marks. Okay, explain why the brightness of bulb Y is brighter than bulb X. Okay, so you talk about the current. 你的 collector emitter collector circuit 是比较大的 current， 你的 emitter base circuit 是比较小的 current. How do you make the current in the emitter base small? Is that you use a resistor in the base circuit. So you have to talk about that one. So we start by saying the current in the base circuit is small. Why is it small? Okay, because there's a resistor there. Resistor in the base circuit keeps the current small. Or you can say base current is very low, also can. Okay, then the transistor amplifies the current, or you say collector current is higher. Then last one, you say the power is high because brightness is related to power. Power P against IV is high, brighter. Power dissipation, dissipated. So bulb Y is brighter. Okay, next one. B. Mrs. Sheila needs to monitor a baby who sleeps in another room. She needs a trigger in her room to alert if the baby wakes up and starts crying at night. Okay, this is your circuit, and then you need to design one to trigger the alarm when there's noise detected. Using your knowledge of electronics, choose any four appropriate electronic components to complete the transistor circuit. 然后你要给 reason for each one of the choices you make. Okay, Q, R, P, then. Now, you want the alarm to sound, so you're going to need a buzzer. Where do you put your buzzer? You're going to put it here in the collector circuit. This is your alarm. Okay, then you're going to need something to detect noise. A microphone. Where do you place the microphone? I will place it here. Then what will be the cue? If you put microphone is to detect sound and then turn the sound to current. So microphone will produce voltage though. When it picks up the sound, it produces voltage. So current is generated from the microphone. It cannot receive current. Microphone is not supposed to receive current because it produces current. So the cue, you must put something that blocks the current, which is the capacitor. This capacitor 它是 made of 两个 plate 中间是 gap 来的 is an air gap. So when the current comes here, from where the current? From the battery here, then it can flow. When the transistor is turned on, it can flow everywhere. So the current is blocked over here. 那个 electron 来到这边，全部 gather 在这个 plate. They cannot jump through it because this is air, is a very good insulator. So there's a gap there. So the current cannot go to the mic. What happened here is that the current only flow here. Through here. Okay? So the function of this is to block current. 你只可以 block DC current，你 block 不到 AC current，因为 AC current 它换方向，一来它从这边过来，过后它会从另外一 side 来。So when you put a capacitor, is useless. A capacitor is useless in an AC circuit. So it's best used with batteries. And then the P, we're going to put a fixed resistor here. What is it for? It's basically just to create potential divider. 因为你知道这里的 voltage, this is V1, 跟这里的 voltage V2 是等于 total voltage V 等于 V1 plus V2. Okay. So how does it work is that when the baby cries, you pick up sound. So a current is generated, voltage will be higher. That will turn on the transistor and sound the alarm. Okay, so that is our design. Then you just put a reason beside. What is the function of microphone? To convert sound wave to electrical signals. This is the function of the microphone. Capacitor. This is to block or to prevent produces sound to alert the person. This, how do you describe the resistor? Resistor, you say, act as a potential divider circuit. Okay, let's go to the next one. No, wait, you're gonna make your choice. Okay, so P is fixed resistor, Q is the one, R microphone, X. Hey, no, sorry, not X. Terminal, it should be buzzer. So X and Z is out. Or we only can use the variable resistor for the P. It's fine also, no problem one. You can use variable resistor as well. So the answer would be Y. Buzzer, microphone, capacitor, and a rheostat variable resistors. A variable resistor is just for you to change it, but you can just maintain it fixed. It gives you the same outcome. Okay, C calculation. Now, resistor R is a variable resistor, while the N is a fixed one. Transistor can be turned on when potential across YZ, the base circuit, is equal to or higher than 1V. When the potential difference across YZ is 1V. Okay, determine the potential difference across XZ. 整个是3 volt. So XZ is the whole thing also, that is the same, 3 volts. potential difference across X, Y. So you know YZ is 1 volt. The other one should take the rest, 2 volts. And hold the maximum resistance so that the bulb T lights up. Maximum resistance of R. Okay, 我们已经知道 YZ 是 1 volts. So XY, okay, VXY 是 2 volts. 那我用我的 potential divider formula. So VXY 等于 R 除 R 加500. 这个是 ratio, a portion of the total 就是3 volt. Yes. And also we know this one. You write general form first. So this is 2 equals to R over R. Then this is 3. So basically you just solve this one. Each and ohm. So the XY we will use 1000 ohm. Can I use higher than 1000? If I use higher than 1000, 如果这个大过1000, what happened to VXY? 这个就会大过2 volt. 那这如果我这个用大过1000啦，我的 VXY 就会大过2 volt. 如果我的 VXY 大过2 volt, 这样我的 VYZ will be less than 1 volt already. Then it cannot turn on the transistor. Okay, so that is the reason why the question says maximum resistance. So 1000 ohms, the highest you can use. Okay, let's go to question 11. What is meant by force? Push or pull? Compare the thickness of the mattress, athlete's impact time, and athlete's impulsive force. Okay, 3个我们 compare thickness of mattress in 1.2 大过 1.1. Compare the impact time. So impact time 1.2 longer than 1.1. And impulsive force 1.2 is less than 1.1. Okay, thicker mattress less. So your formula for this one is F mv 减 mu over T. Change in momentum, force and time. 因为你不能够换你的 change in momentum. You cannot change your mass, you cannot change your speed. What you can change is just the time. So I use longer time, less impulsive force. Then you need to relate the athlete's impact time and the athlete's impulsive force after he falls on it. Okay. So 这个是第4个 point 啊。So 3个 point 3分。第4个 point 就是 relate impact time, higher athlete's impulsive force. The longer the impact time, the smaller the impulsive force. This is point number 4. And if you read carefully, there's one more instruction, which is name the law involved. Okay. Name the law involved. So what law is this? This one is Newton's third law of motion. Action and reaction. State the reason for the athlete to bend his knees while landing. To lengthen the time of impact. Impulsive force is then reduce. Okay. Then one more mark. Prevent injuries. You have to explain also why you want to reduce impulsive force to prevent injuries. State the force acting on the athlete when he is in the air. Answer is gravitational force. Okay. By applying the physics concept, suggest the suitable equipment and techniques that will enable the athlete to achieve better performance. Your suggestion should include the following aspects. The pole use. Suggestion. Okay, what about the pole? The pole must be elastic. Elastic pole. 为什么? Easy to bend. Movement of the athlete. If you want to go very high, cross the bar, you need to have a lot of potential energy. Height 是什么? Potential PE, mgh. You need a lot of height. You need a lot of potential energy. So how do you get a lot of potential energy? Is that you will run as fast as you can to gain as many kinetic as you can. So the athlete should run very fast. high kinetic energy. Athlete clothing, type clothing. Reduce friction. Okay, safety of the athlete. Okay, you can say mattress, helmet, not helmet, sorry, mattress. Reduce impulsive force. Okay, if I want extra, what else can we say? About the pole also you can say, other than elastic pole, you can say use a strong, stiff pole. 就很像 spring 这样嘛。Spring, a stiffer spring will have a higher elastic potential energy. So when you have kinetic energy, you want to change to potential energy, it has to go through what? It has to go through elastic potential energies when you bend the pole. Okay, so high stiffness, 就很像你的 spring constant 这样。High stiffness, which means it can store a lot of potential energy. So convert most of the KE into PE. If not that stiff, then you will lose energy over here during the conversion. Okay. So we say strong or stiff pole. How do you say it? So you can high elastic potential energy. Okay.